Hi boys and girls. It's a bright sunny Sunday day, a little breezy, but I was thinking maybe I got my little butterfly net out and I have my little container, so I thought maybe we could take a little walk today, see if we can find some of those insects that I read that book about last week and that we'll be learning this week, to take a close-up look at those legs and wings and exactly what an insect has. So are you ready to go with me? I thought I'd walk around my yard. Now I'm going to pick up the camera. Hopefully I won't get you a little bit too dizzy. We'll just take a short walk around, all right? So let me pick you up a little bit. I'm going to get you a little ready. I've got my net, and we'll just take a walk. And we'll take an idea to see if we see anything that we could take back. Oh, look what's right here in my azalea bush. I'm going to see if I can get that. Let me open my container. I'm going to see if I could get my butterfly net and see if we could scoop that up. Whoopsie doodles. Oh no, don't fall, Mr. Butterfly, don't fall. We have you, we have you. I'm going to put him right in there so that he's nice and safe and we could take a look at him. Let me put, oh, did you see what just landed there on the sidewalk? Did you see that itty bitty bug? Ooh, he just came flying in. All right, let's take a walk. We'll go right around the yard, and as we walk, you're gonna see some of those shrubs that I talked about way back when spring first started, that they were coming in as green little sprouts, and they're growing up, and you're going to see everybody's yard, mom and dad's yard and grandmom's yard. And oh, I see something else that might be interesting. Now, let me put my container down, and I think I better open it up a little bit. Do you see what I'm looking at? I'm looking at a bumblebee. Whoa! I'm going to put him right in there. Oh, his little claws caught in the net. Let's get it out. Oh my goodness, so he can lay down. Oh, he's stuck in my net. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe I might have to let him sit there and carry the lid. He looks like he's stuck. All right, let's keep looking to see if we see anything else on our walk besides all the new flowers coming in and starting to, oh, I see something up here at the azaleas. All right, do you see what I'm seeing at the azalea? I'm seeing something nice and blue. So maybe we can get that and get that to put in with my bugs, and we can take a look at it. Oh, these are usually by my pond. Oh my goodness, do you know what that was? That was a dragonfly, and they love to fly around my pond. So let's keep walking up here a little bit. You'll just see I'm starting to move my furniture out. Oh, there's my turtle, and there's a little bit of my pond. Well, let me see if there's a frog out. Right, I don't think I see a frog, but oh, look what I see over here in the bird bath that has some leaves in it from the wind. I better pull those leaves out for my little buddies to be able to come in here and get a drink. Oh, and look what I see right there. Oh, let's get him up carefully. There you go, buddy. There you go. We'll put you right in there with our other friends. All right, I'm gonna carry this, and I think we have enough to look at, so we might as well head right back to sit down so we can go over what we found and what we looked at. And uh-oh, I see something else. Wait, there's one more thing here. He's pretty big. I think I'll get this ant right there, and I'm going to put him right in the box with my other bugs. And then we can go back and sit down. And you're going to see some bugs on my table that I brought along just for fun, and they like to balance. Let me put my lid down here. And then I'm going to put you right back to where you were so that doesn't fall. And we could talk a little bit about some of the bugs that we found. Now, if you already looked on YouTube, you might have seen that I read a book about insects. And I talked about how many parts of body that the insect has. Do you remember? It was 3. The head, the thorax, and the abdomen. And its abdomen kind of has the same things in it that our body has in. So its abdomen holds its heart, its stomach, and all the things when they eat and they digest, and then they have to go to the bathroom just like we do. So that's everything in the abdomen. The thorax, I'm going to show you, is the middle part of that body of theirs. And it usually is used, and it holds something very important to those insects. And then the head unit. So let's start with looking at the butterfly, okay? So here's our beautiful butterfly. And if you remember in my book, they were talking about the insect's head holds its antenna, or they're called feelers. And that's what they feel things. It holds their head and their eyes, and it'll also have their mouth. And depending on what kind of insect they have, they might have a long, little pointed tongue that goes out and comes in. They might have a top and a bottom lip with mandibles that they can bite with. So that's the head unit. Now, if I'm going to turn him up so you can see his whole body, you're going to see the 3 sections. Here's the head. Here's the thorax. And here's that abdomen. Now, can you see what's usually comes in the thorax? What is the thorax holding? Yes, it's holding 3 pair of legs. So that he'll have 6 legs. 1, 2, 3 on one side, 1, 2, 3 on the other side. But also, depending on the insect, the wings are also connected right there to that middle part. Just the thorax. Do you see it? It's light gray. That's the middle. Has its legs and its wings. And then you have that bottom third part. That would be his abdomen. So take a good look at that 3-part. Head, thorax, abdomen. So that's our butterfly. So let's see what else that we found. Oh, here's our bumblebee. Here's our bumblebee. Now, I know, boys and girls, you're saying to me, Mrs. Bashley, those insects aren't real. I know they're not. I just wanted to have fun looking for insects. It's a beautiful day. But I actually just wanted to talk with you about those body parts. So let's look at the bumblebee. Here's that head right there. Section 1, the head. Here's his antennae, or feelers, and eyes, and his mouth. Now, what's important about an insect's eyes are they don't look and see like you and I do. You and I look right at you, I see you. You look at me, you see me. The insects have an eye called a compound eye. That means their eyes almost look like a kaleidoscope. It almost looks like it's divided into 100 little sections, so that when an insect looks at me or looks at you, they see a lot of you. They see 20, 30, 40 of you in their eye. We don't see that when we look at each other, do we? But that's what a compound eye does. Now let's look at section 2. If I turn him over, there's section 1, the head, the mouth, the eyes, the antenna. Look at section 2. Remember what I told you that's called? The thorax. It'll have 3 pairs of legs. And remember, a pair means 2. So if he has a leg on this side, he has one on that side. 1 here, 1 over there. 1 here, 1 over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it comes out of the thorax. And again, he has wings. So whether he has 2, an upper and lower wing, they're still going to come out of that middle part. And then if I turn him back around, there's that abdomen that holds his heart and holds his stomach and all the excrement of when they digest their food. So there is the bee. All right. Here's this big ant we found. Can you imagine if we found an ant this big? But you can really see his section. Let me see. I'll hold it right there. See if you can say it. What's that called? Head. What's that called? thorax. What's this called? Abdomen. So here's his antennae. Here's his head, his eyes, and he has this mouth. Very strong mandibles. Remember, ants are really strong. And then here's that thorax. And here's the legs coming right out of it. See, the legs aren't here, the legs aren't there. They're right there. Thorax. And then here's the abdomen. 1, 2, 3. There's that ant. All right. And then we found that itty bitty dragonfly. And their bodies are real tiny, but they have the same 3 sections. Here's the head. Look at his little head and his big compound eyes. They almost look too big for his body, don't they? And then here's that middle section, the thorax. There's his wings. And there's his feet. 1, 2, 3. Turn him over. 1, 2, 3. And then his abdomen comes down out of the back. And it comes down and then goes all the way out. Well, we might say, look at that long, skinny body. But they do look pretty. And you'll see them in different colors. And they love ponds and they love to fly around. But again, 3 sections. So as we look at all our insects, and even if you catch real ones, you have to be very gentle, because I know the ants are tiny, the beetles are tiny, but if you're very gentle and you turn it over and you look at them, even our ladybugs, you're going to be able to see. Now look at this teeny tiny butterfly. But if you turn him over and you look with your eyes, you're going to see his head and his antenna. You're going to see the thorax with the legs. And you're going to see the abdomen, right? Now, if you have a magnifying glass, you can always look at those parts and put your magnifying glass, pull it away, and it'll make it bigger so you can see how big and what those body parts look like. Now, you might have heard something. I have something that's actually my dragonfly, and it's a balancing. I actually have 2 of them. Let me see if I could get both of them up here. Wow! So you can see their heads, their big eyes, and their wings, and their teeny tiny feet would be in that middle section, and then that long back that comes from the abdomen and goes all the way back. But the wings and the little bitty legs would be right there in the middle. Whoops, I almost dropped it. So I hope you had fun taking a look at insects. Remember, if you're going to use a magnifying glass, you can pull it out and it'll make things bigger that you can see those 3 parts. There's the head, there's the abdomen, and there, oh no, I'm sorry, the thorax. Oh my goodness, Mrs. Bassler. And the abdomen. And you can have fun collecting, catching insects, looking at them, and then letting them go. Even those fireflies, when it gets to be time for them to be flying around at night and blinking at us, you have to be very careful, because their bodies are very little. So even when you hold them, sometimes it's very hard to hold, because even when you try to pick them up, sometimes it hurts them. So sometimes if you can get just really close with them on the ground and use your magnifying glass, you might be able to see the parts of those bodies. So I hope you had fun with me today walking around the yard. I know those insects were a little big and not real, but sometimes it's fun. If you have insects at home, maybe you can have mommy or daddy hide them around the yard, sister and brother, and then you go looking for them. Take your net along, take your bug catcher along, have some fun and get outside. All right, more insects to come this week, so have fun, boys and girls, and we'll see you at Zoom. Bye-bye.